Hi guys, I'm back again with another video. I am in a filming mood today. I'm on a roll and I actually have the time to film a little colour and chat that I want to do. Now this video I mentioned that I wanted to do a little while ago, like late last year. I did a reading vlog video of the Twilight series and it was me reading, but I was vlogging my life for about 6 weeks or whatever while I was reading the Twilight series. Anyway, it's somewhere on my channel if you want to check it out. But during my vlog I received these coloured pencils. Mum went to Costco one time and she bought me a little surprise. She bought me a 72 pack of Staedtler pencils, and what I want to do is I want to kind of unbox them and film a colour and chat of me just testing out these Staedtler pencils for the first time. So that's what we're going to do. So grab a snack and a coffee because this video might take a little while, and the book that I want to colour in is Johanna Basford's World of Wonder, and the one that I've selected is the floating castles. I thought we could sit down and colour this one together. It shouldn't hopefully take too long. I don't want this video to be heaps long, but we'll see how we go, because I've discovered that I do talk a lot and go on in my videos. But I just want to show you the pictures that I have coloured in here. I've coloured a few things. So I've coloured the bicycle, and I can't remember what I used. I apologise there. I should actually write it down. This page I've completed. Sorry, the lighting is really bad. And I think with this page, I tested out the pastel colour pencils. I have a few pastel pencil sets, but I can't remember which one it was, but that page was a lot of fun. This was not alcohol markers. You can't use alcohol markers in this book. I think it might have been, what's it called, what are they called, Crayola Super Tips. This was fun. I just wanted something quick and easy to colour in. And I think the final, oh no, not the final, I've done this one as well, and I cannot remember the pencils I used for that. I actually really like colouring in Johanna Basford's books. Sorry, correction, I just like colouring in general. When I have the time to do it, it's the most amazing thing to do. And then I think the final page I've done, which I actually forgot I did until I opened the book today, was this double page spread. And that actually turned out really cool. I can't remember when I did it. I need to start writing down the dates I complete things and the materials I used. I know I use my Glaze black pen because you recognize Glaze black pen anywhere. That's a shiny bit here. But otherwise I can't really remember what I used, but that was a lot of fun as well. However, we will get started on the review of these pencils and the floating castle. Let me just can turn the camera around and everything. All right, so here we are. I've actually got myself a coffee as well. Look how cute my mug is, because I honestly need it today. I'm just gonna unbox these or open them. This is how long I've waited. It's been, well, when did I film that vlog? Like that reading vlog. That was back in, I think, September, October last year. So that's how long I've waited for this. I've decided that I'm not very good at this YouTube thing. I film videos when I can. And it is what it is, as they say. Okay. Get the plastic bits off. Have a look. Oh, okay. Oops, so big. They have been moved around a lot. But look at all these beautiful, warm colors here. Like this top shelf is my jam. See the other tray. Ooh, so pretty. We have this row here. So we've got a really good color selection. So I want to see how these perform and function in my coloring books. And I find that Staedtler pencils work really well in Johanna Basford books. I do have the Staedtler soft pencils and they work really well. Let me just get set up here and have a sip of coffee and we'll get coloring. So the page we want to do is this Floating Castles page. I thought this one will give me enough selection to see how the colours perform, but it should be quick enough that it's not too long. I love Johanna Basford books. Like, they're so fun and relaxing to colour. Now, here is where we get into a bit of trouble because it's so hard deciding on the colours. Oh, let's just go. Oh, actually, let me get a scrap bit of paper so I can do some swatches. Even though in her book she does have a page for testing swatches, I find that it's just easier if one is handy nearby instead of flicking back and forth all the time. You know, it's the little things. All right, let's start with the bushes here. Now, with Johanna Basford though, she does get into quite a bit of detail. So let's start with green. And the green I'm going with is this green, and they're not called anything, it just says Staedtler and then it's numbered, so 175, and we're just going to go in here. Hopefully that'll focus. Now I just want to say, with this Colour and Chat, it's not going to be anything fancy, no fancy work, just a quick test or first impressions of these pencils. I will do a bit of shading just to see how they layer on top of each other, but otherwise, yeah, my colouring isn't anything fancy. It's just to see how these perform. And I'll just get a darker shade of green so I can shade it. I probably should have put this dark green down first, actually. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but there is a tiny bit of green. But you know what I find in this situation? If my shading isn't dark enough or to how I like it, always go in with black. Where's the black? Is this the black? But you press ever so lightly. Black? That is the black. Okay. Just swatching the black. Oh, see, it does kind of look black here, but I've got to press really hard to get black. Otherwise it kind of looks like a grey black. I wouldn't say it's pure black. Yeah, it just looks like a grey black, which is, well, it's the only black we have here, so. But the thing is, it's not really shading over the top. Whereas other pencils that I have always do the trick. It always kind of shades over the top. But that's fine. The dark green shades better than the black, which is really odd, but never mind. I don't think with these Staedtler pencils that they're, you know, the higher end pencils, as they say. I don't know how much Mum actually paid for these because I wasn't with her. But I find the more higher end pencils, the more pigment it has. But I think in this case, if you want a shade, you've got to put the darker shade down first, which is how I often work. But, you know, I decided at the last minute that I wanted to shade these leaves. Anyway, never mind. We're here to learn and discover together. Let's do this tree. Actually, no, let me finish the greenery here. For the grass, I think I want a vibrant green. So for the leaves, we might actually make that. What greens have we got? I don't really want olive greens. So we've got olive greens, a few standard greens here, but then we have like your turquoise greens, which I don't really want to use here, but we might have to. Let's go this one. So we are using 175. Oh, hold on. Okay. So these are actually all labeled 175. I thought they were different numbers, but they're not. You can see 175, 175, 175. Cool. So I can't actually say what colors these are, but this is like a dark turquoise color. Okay, oh, it's coming up turquoise here, so, or sea green. Okay. So far, these are actually smooth on, well, it's smooth on this Johanna Basford paper. I don't know how it'll be on other books that I've got. And we might make this little caterpillar plant here this turquoisey green. Which I know it probably on camera they look really similar, but oh no, actually, well, they are similar, but this one, the one I'm using, is a more lighter green. Just gonna fill in all the shrubs and vines. Johanna Basford loves to do the leaves and the vines and the flowers. So if you're in the mood to colour leaves and flowers, go to a Johanna Basford book. Okay, and the last green thing that we have, we've got the grass, but then we've got this tree, and I might do that tree in this lighter green. Actually, I'm going to probably shade it first. Just kind of shade it around the edges. I don't know how this will turn out. I'm kind of just winging it in my shading. I'm not getting too focused on light source or anything here. I am just going to shade however I see fit. Yeah. Sorry if you can hear background noise. That's just we live even though it's a side street, it still gets a lot of traffic. I don't know if I've mentioned that before, but I don't know if you just heard, like, that bus, we get buses and trucks and everything come down this side street. Okay. Okay. Just go. These pencils, I mean, they go right on the paper, but I find they don't really blend together that well. And I'm not pressing too hard, but I'm finding that it's not, I don't know, I really have to work to kind of blend these pencils. But I guess if you work at it, it does the job. Okay. Alright, that's not too bad. And now I want to colour the grass. So the grass, I'm going to use this green. I apologise, I can't tell you what colour it is. This may take a while, so I'm gonna do the grass. Like, I'm not gonna do anything fancy or anything different how I've been doing. I'm just gonna color the grass, and then I will come back to you guys. And we're back. I've colored the grass. And the next thing we're going to do is these little mushrooms here. So of course I have to make the toadstool mushrooms red. So that's a more cooler red, that's a more warm red. I think this will be more crimson, yeah. Let's go the warm red. So that was the middle one there. Now, because these are so fine, I'm not going to shade too much. It's really tricky when things are so little. Oh, my battery's flashing. Let me just change it. Hi, guys. I'm back. And it's the next day. I know that doesn't really make a difference to you guys, but it is definitely the next day from when I first started this color and chat. I had to cook dinner yesterday and then I got distracted. So I'm going to finish this with you guys. And yesterday where I left off, we were up to the mushrooms, so we are just going to finish those. I'll zoom you in, and what I've done is they're going to be red mushrooms, like the little toadstool mushrooms with yellow dots. So we'll just finish that. You probably can't see the yellow on here. I apologize. Hopefully the lighting is okay for you guys. Anyway, so how is everyone? Hope everyone is doing okay and living their best life. It's hard some days. Actually, yesterday, I'm not going to lie to you guys, what happened was I had to cook dinner, like prep dinner and whatever, but then I got distracted with my PlayStation game that I'm playing, and it's Disney Dreamlight Valley, and they just had a new update yesterday, so I wanted to update things and play that for most of the night. So it was a silly distraction, but you know, it was very necessary. So those little mushrooms are done. I'm going to leave them white, the little stalks on the mushrooms. And then we'll do the houses. So I'm thinking there's a little tree house there. Get you in view. And then there's this house here. So we'll get the browns. So I just want to swatch to see what colour will be best for the house. Oh, I'm liking, I do like that one. Did I do that one? Yeah, no, I like the middle one. Yeah, so I don't know if you've heard of the game Disney Dreamlight Valley, but holy moly. So it's like one of those Animal Crossing games, you know, where you go fishing and you get to build your own island and all the fun stuff. But this game is different because it's all Disney characters. I think I've mentioned it before. And it's the coolest thing because you get to hang out with Disney characters like Mickey, Minnie, and you get to do like quests for them, and that levels up friendships, and you get all these rewards, and it is the coolest thing. Meanwhile, it's all in the magical Disneyland. And I'm 150 hours in, or probably more. Probably just over 150 hours of gameplay for this game. So I am well and truly committed now. No regrets. I find with these Staedtler pencils, and it's the same for the other set I have, is the lighter you press, the more easier it is to blend and use these pencils, if that makes sense. I mean, I guess that could be said for any pencil set. But I do find these a bit tricky to blend. Is there a dark brown? Crooked. Probably can't really notice the shading I'm doing on here. Actually, speaking of games, do you know what these, like all these floating islands remind me of? In Spyro game, there's a world, I think it's called Dreamweaver's World, I think. And in that level, you have all these magical floating islands. But you've got to be careful, because if you run over the edge, you fall off and die or lose a life. I do love that game, Spyro. That's another one of my favorites. Now for this roof, I might do this bit dark brown. And then I want to get like a maroon color. I'm so excited by today because it's the 1st of March, which means it's just hit autumn here. It is my favorite season. I'm so excited. I love autumn and winter. Summer was too hot, even though today is still pretty warm where I am here in Australia. I love summer so much. Winter, not summer. Ugh. The heat makes me cranky and grumpy, and I'm actually less motivated to do things, whereas in autumn and winter, I find myself a bit more motivated sometimes. Do I need to zoom you guys in more? Nope, because that's the furthest I can go, sorry. Yeah. Might do the windows grey. Just filling in all the tiny bits and pieces here. And we're going to colour this little tree house here. And then this chimney is going to be, I'm just picking a random grey. That'll do. Oh, sorry. That was totally out of view. And now for this bit here, that is going to be grey as well. I might just grab... I'll grab a lighter grey. Let's just swatch this first. Maybe. I think this is silver. Maybe. Yep, that's one. So I'll tell you something exciting that happened to me on Sunday. Well, it all started a few weeks ago when I was at work and they were releasing more like last minute Taylor Swift tickets for Sydney and Melbourne. I don't live in Sydney or Melbourne. I live in South Australia. Anywho, I tried, so when Ticketek released their tickets, I tried to get tickets for Melbourne. That sold out immediately. And then I think about an hour later, they were releasing tickets for Sydney. So, of course, I was at work, by the way, so I'm like, right. I logged on my phone, and two other beautiful people at work tried on their phone for me, and there was just no, like, we were in the queue for 45 minutes and nothing was getting through. It was so annoying. Anyway, so another lovely gentleman comes along and he logs on Ticketek for me, and he was looking at something else, but then he tried the Taylor Swift pre-sale thing, like the website or the, you know, the queue for the tickets. He was on for 5 minutes and he gets through to the queue. So it was all exciting and stressful trying to buy tickets at the same time, because the tickets that were available were like restricted view tickets. I was like, oh my God, like it was just so hectic and it all happened so fast. But I'm so happy to say that I did get to go to Taylor Swift in Sydney on Sunday. So that was the night 3 show. What date was it? Like the 26th. It was very last minute. The ticket price wasn't too bad. However, the flight and the accommodation, oh my goodness me. That cost a pretty penny. And I can make it work. Well, I did make it work, but I know it's just going to cost me, it's just going to be probably a little inconvenience for a while. But I was like, nah, I've got to make this work. Like, I don't know why it is so stressful and hectic buying tickets to Taylor Swift. And I tried to get Blink-182 tickets when they went on sale about a year ago. That was stressful as well. Like, I don't know why Ticketek has to make things so stressful. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I was just so grateful that I got to go, and I went by myself because honestly it was too hard trying to organize tickets. Well, actually, I don't think I would have gotten a second person a ticket because it would only let me get one ticket when I checked out. Oh my God, it was so hectic. But anyway, so I went to Sydney. Cost me a pretty penny, but I had the best time. And, you know, I do love Taylor Swift. Her music has just always been there. And I had the best night of my life. And it was by myself. And I flew back the next morning because I couldn't afford to stay 2 nights in Sydney. Oh my God. Yeah, it was the best time. I danced for 3 hours because that's how long her show goes for. And it was honestly just the best. And I met the people I was sitting next to. You know, I met them and they were like, we were just dancing, going silly the whole night. I managed to pull together a last minute costume, which is on, I've done a few TikToks on it if you want to see it, or it's on my Instagram. I definitely post it on there. Oh my goodness, I had the best time just dancing and hanging out with Taylor Swift. So good. So I'm glad I did go, but yeah, it was probably the worst financial decision I could have made. But never mind. I was just so grateful to get tickets and have one of the best nights of my life so far. Alright, now that's all done now. I might colour in this well that's sitting in the middle there. Yeah, so that was a thing that happened Sunday, and I know everyone is so sick of hearing about Taylor Swift. You either love her or you hate her, and you either like her music or you don't like it. But honestly, these hotels and these the flights prices, they really do take advantage of people, don't they? That's the only negative thing I have to say, is that they just like to take advantage of people and big shows. And I understand for business and all that, but surely they've got enough money to not care about that. I think that's the grassy bit. Colour that green there. And I was also lucky that my costume did come in a good amount of time as well. So I was panicking. I'm like, oh my God, I've got nothing to wear. A little random door in the middle of the grass. But yeah, that's why I've got my friendship bracelets on. They're the ones I made for the Eras tour, and I'm loving it. And it was just so much fun. Like, everyone was in good spirits, and you know, everyone was just looking out for each other, and strangers became friends, and it was just like a magical world for a minute. And the people I met, you know, I'll probably never see them again, but I will always have that memory with them. And I know this sounds ridiculous as well, but I am I'm not a person who likes to do things by myself. So I'm quite proud that I went through with it and just hung out with myself in Sydney. But that was only for one night, so that wasn't too bad. And I'm like, if you're going to do something by yourself, might as well be a Taylor Swift gig. Okay, now what the next bit I want to do, just going to zoom out for a minute, is this bit here. And I want to make it like crystal. And what I mean by that is I want to make it like a purpley crystal thing. Let me just get a purple. And yeah. See how it turns out. And then to shade it, I'm going to grab this purple and just shade in the edges. I'm going to finish off all these little bits here under the castle, and then I'll check in with you guys. This will take me a while. We're back. So that is all completed. Looks a bit rough in certain places, but I was just doing whatever. And now I'm just doing this bit here. I really don't like the black in these pencils. All the other pencils have been okay, but I often like to use black to shade with things, and I just cannot shade with this black at all. And some of these pencils layer and blend really well, but others just don't. I think my favorite color pencils are my Prismacolors. Out of all the pencils that I have, I like my Prismacolors, and I like my Holbein pastel pencils. Like the Prismacolor, you just can't go wrong because they blend like a dream. Now I want to make, right, let me get a little, actually let me do a swatch first. Nope. Make something a bit more greeny. This one. I have to zoom you guys in more. Just do that, sorry. She's got all these little things. So now I want to do the water. Try this blue for the water. Yep. Oh, I've missed colouring so much. I actually haven't had a good colour or colouring session for a few months, since last year, I reckon. And like, if I'm in the mood to film a colour and chat, then I'll do it. Otherwise, it's such a great way to zone out and, I don't know, get creative. I'm so tempted to use, I've got some, you know, like those, what are they called? Those pens, those fine liner pens in like Moonlight and Jelly Roll pens, or just gel pens in general. I'm so tempted to use them in the little, you know, those tiny little window bits and all that, but that is not the challenge today. The challenge is testing these pencils. What colour shall I do the boat? I don't know, but I'll do the bucket red. And the little boat can be orange. I know that's a random colour for a boat, but I just want to test as many colours as I can. I'm not here, like I said, I'm not here to be a great artist. I'm just here to test these pencils and hang out with you guys, because that is my thing. I really love to watch colour and chats on YouTube. They just offer so much zoning out and relaxing, and I love, and I actually do get inspired by some people. Okay, that's that little bit. Now these flowers, I think I want to make pink, like a pretty pink. That's pretty. That's getting a bit more purpley. What about this one? I think we'll go with the first one. And see, for all these little flowers, I would normally use a gel pen because they're so teeny tiny, as well as the leaves behind it, they're so teeny tiny. Actually, you know what I'm going to do first? I'm going to grab this darker purple and just colour in the centre of the flowers first. You want to get some yellow flowers happening too. They're often a pretty time. Oh, that's pretty. Now for the leaves, where's that dark green? No, that's the black. Here it is. I mean, these aren't the softest of pencils, but they're doing the job, I guess. I don't know if I'll be reaching for these anytime soon, but actually, I really want to get my watercolors out and play with them as well while I have the time off. I actually am on holidays from the hospital. I've got 3 weeks off. Well, it's almost at the end of 2 weeks, so I've got next week off as well. So hopefully I can film some more colour and chats with you guys. That's the plan, but we'll see what happens. Okay. Over here, I want to do these an orange. Sorry, was that not in focus? Okay, it's all coming together. These mushies here, I want to do, I'm thinking maybe another teal colour. No, that one's too green. Yeah, I like that one. Black. And these flowers, let's make them, oh, what am I thinking? Trying to find another, actually let's, oh, nah. I was going to make them red, but yeah. Blue. I love a good blue flower. Let's grab this blue and swatch it. Yeah. cute. Okay. I think we're all done. I'll just scan over any last minute bits that I've missed, because I can get a bit clumsy with my colouring. And when I've finished a piece, I often just scan it just to make sure everything's the way I like it, and that's the bit that takes me forever. I'm going to call this finished, and my final thoughts on the pencils are, yeah, they don't blend that great, unless it's me. I'm probably not blending, my blending technique isn't that great either, but I just wanted to try most colors and give them a shot. The purples and the pinkies blended really nice. These pencils did the job, but I don't think I'll be reaching for them anytime soon. But this was fun. I actually did have fun with this little floating castle here. Do I like how it turned out? It was okay. It's not my best work, but this was just a first impressions of these Staedtler 72 pencils, so I didn't really know what to expect from them. However, they are a gift from my mother, who I love, so that was very nice of her. And I am going to keep these pencils, but I might use them. I think I know what I want to use these ones specifically for, so I might put them to the side and use them for that. I'll leave it there, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me in this first impressions color and chat, and I will see you guys in the next video. Ciao.